Late Night Health continues from the palatial estate of Wayne Manor in Ventura, California. You can probably hear we're actually in an orchard. We've got all kinds of birds. Well, and avocados. Do you hear them calling out too?
Only when they hit me on the head coming off the tree
got
from 40 feet up.
Ooh, that would hurt.
It's like a golf ball to the head.
That really would. Our guest is Natasha Trenev, and I hope I'm getting that closer. She is the Mother of Probiotics, and I think you're the co-CEO of Natron?
I'm the president and founder of Natron.
President and founder of Natron, which is a leading manufacturer of probiotic products. I've been taking it only for 4 days, and I've noticed a difference in it personally. As we went out of the break, I talked about the fact that your family was in the dairy business for over 750 years.
Yes. My father and grandfather come from a long line of Macedonian, people who owned a lot of sheep, and then used that sheep to make milk, what they called, soured milk, or as we call yogurt today.
Right.
And they made also cheese. And so my grandfather was the largest exporter of yogurt and cheese into Western Europe from Eastern Europe, and my father continued the tradition by being awarded the exclusive right to sell to the King of Yugoslavia his wares.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
One of my favorite cheeses is a Roquefort made from sheep milk.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't make Roquefort, mostly feta cheese and something called Kasseri cheese.
Okay.
That's big in the Balkans. The Greeks, the Bulgarians, and the Macedonians are masters at this, and that's the cheese that's known from the region. And, of course, they're also masters for yogurt.
Right, absolutely.
It's a very indigenous food there.
And still to this day. Do you know if they still make it the same old-fashioned way, or have they taken the American mass manufacturing?
Well, it depends. There's places still in the old places you can get the wonderful sheep's meal yogurt. The knife can literally stand up in that yogurt. It's so thick, and it's extremely healthy for you because they make it fresh every day, and they put it in little ceramic dishes. You can get it in Greece. You can get it in Bulgaria. You can get it in Macedonia. It's a wonderful, wonderful food.
How do those foods work, or do they work to protect the body?
Again, they're the functional foods. Now, remember, I'm just going to give you, it's a long history,
right.
But one of the most famous scientists to talk about the longevity of the people who lived in Bulgaria and all of those mountainous regions was Ilya Mechnikov, a Russian scientist that worked in the Pasteur Institute in Paris. And his feeling was that, that's why he called the main bacteria in yogurt Lactobacillus bulgaricus, which literally means milk bacteria of the Bulgarians.
Wow.
And so it was even named in their honor because these people were reputed to live, into their hundreds, and were able to function and be healthy and no little disease. Now, also remember, these people lived in clean air. They ate a lot of vegetables, and whatever meat they ate was, raised by them. So they had an entire, culture that was very healthy. But it is true that they consumed large quantities of their yogurt every day. It was a staple in their diet. It was, usually eaten at breakfast and late at night, and sometimes even for lunch. So I would say it's not unusual for a person to consume at least a pint a day of this yogurt.
And also, that yogurt was probably not pasteurized.
Well, they do cook it. They didn't flash pasteurize it, but, in the old country, we do cook the milk. We don't boil it, but we do cook it to make sure that the background noise that's in the milk is, minimized so that the culture can really get a firm set.
Got it. The reason I asked that is because I just recently read that people who are lactose intolerant can handle non-pasteurized milk better than pasteurized milk.
Yeah, because there's some bacteria in that, but I would still be careful with that because, we don't live in a pristine culture. I am for, raw products, but you can't use raw milk to make a good yogurt because the background noise is going to compete with the bacteria, and you're not going to know what you have in a finished set. So, and what you lose in heating the milk to about 190 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 40 minutes is more than compensated by the bacteria as they culture the milk.
So to be healthy, we should be supplementing ourselves in a variety of ways with, supplements such as the ones that you produce at Natron.
Right. Well, let me just tell you that I have a talk with many doctors and nurses and health professionals for 40 years, and my concept is this. I call it the tripod of health. I say that if you control your diet, you exercise, and you make sure you have a viable and usable probiotic supplement, you now have given yourself the best advantage to be free of disease and enjoy optimal health. And then
Natasha,
else,
we are unfortunately out of time, but I invite you to come back, will you? Because when you come back in about a month, I want to talk about the 5 warning signs of probiotic deficiency. That's
right. Well, I do want to put in here, go to www.trynatron.com if you want to get more information.
Trinatron, Natren?
Yes.
.com. Natasha, thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to it. Hold on just for a second. Okay. I'm Mark Alyn. We'll be back in just a couple of moments as we talk with a brain coach, of all things. Don't go away.